Morning, February 22nd, 8:18 a.m. Just completed my third order of the morning. So far, I have done a Mary's Market, $6 for 2 miles, McDonald's, $5 for 1 mile, and then I just completed a Starbucks, $9.50 for 5 miles. One thing that annoys me sometimes when I do drop-offs, why are there so many damn cars in the driveway? Who has that many cars? You gotta park way out here in the street, walk through the snow. Not a huge deal, it's just a minor annoyance. But get a DoorDash order. I'm gonna check out what that is. I'll get back to you. The DoorDash order is $5.75 for 2.7 miles. So I went ahead and took it just because I'm in an area where I feel like I'm lucky to even get anything because I'm not really near any restaurants. So there's a McDonald's and a Starbucks over here. That's pretty much it for the morning as far as morning restaurants go. So worked yesterday. I didn't start working until 3 o'clock. Daughter had her surgery, went well, everything's good. She's at home in a cast, not really in much pain or anything, so she's just at home playing video games. So we're all good in that aspect, but it was just a busy day yesterday. We had the surgery. It was an 8:15 surgery, but by the time they do all the prep for the surgery and all that or whatever, I don't even think she got in there until into surgery like 9:30. And then she was out of surgery and discharged by about 11. Went out to breakfast, or actually lunch. Went out to lunch, went to Target, went to pick up her prescription for her pain meds, and then went home, and I watched a little bit of baseball, and then by the time I actually went out, it was 3 o'clock. I came home at 7 o'clock. I went out about 3:30, and I managed to make $116 in 3.5 hours, so it was very productive. Some nice orders. Hopefully we have another good day today. I am at, what am I at now? $6, right? Yeah, $6 plus $5. So we're at 11 plus $9.50, so $20.50 plus $5.75, $26.25. And I've been out for about an hour, so not a bad start to the morning. Off to McDonald's we go. All right, delivered that McDonald's, $5.75 for 2.7 miles. A little bit of a wait at this McDonald's. I'm actually back here again. I ended up getting a Grubhub 9-something and change for 4 miles. And then I accepted it. And then on the way here, I got a right after that, like seconds later, I've got an Uber, $7.16 for 2 miles. I considered doing both. The Uber is going like straight ahead back behind these, like maybe a half a mile, maybe a mile back that way. But the Grubhub is going straight back behind me the other way. So I was going to do them both, but I don't want to get caught up in the, like, driving the opposite direction of, where my original order was going. I try not to do that. It was kind of borderline on if it was worth the risk or not. I mean, it's not really a risk, but people don't want cold food, so I didn't want to. The Grubhub people, the Grubhub customer, they tipped well. I don't want to screw them over by not getting hot food. But so I'm just gonna do the Uber. I went ahead and dropped the Grubhub, $7.16 for 2 miles. We'll go in here and grab that. Well, I went in there. I got that Grubhub order first. It's kind of the reason why I don't like doing Grubhub orders. I don't think it matters so much with McDonald's as other restaurants, but Grubhub orders are almost never ready from most places. This Uber Eats order I got after the Grubhub. I walked in there and it was sitting on the counter ready to go. Grubhub order, I looked back where they do the DoorDashes. You can see where they do all the DoorDash orders, all the delivery orders. Didn't look like it even started yet. So I think I made the right choice by dropping that Grubhub. I mean, I could have marked arrived and that the order was already. Went and did the Uber and came back and picked up the Grubhub, but you never know. Don't want that Grubhub customer looking at their app and watching me drive around town while I say the order's not ready. And even though it was the truth. But so this Uber Eats is just going straight ahead a little bit. Strap this seatbelt on. We'll get this delivered, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going. One point I wanted to make, I just finished that Uber 716 for 2 miles. Knowing your market can be very important. Once you learn your market, it can become easier to manipulate when you do this job. For instance, that Grubhub order, 9 something for 4 miles. Good order. You know, take that 10 times out of 10 in most cases. The 716 for 2 miles order that came through right after that, also a good order. So knowing your market comes into play. The $7.16 for 2 miles, it actually brought me back into the direction where I want to go, towards the cluster of restaurants where I want to be at anyways. The $9 for 4 miles, while a good order and still worth it, was taking me very to the southern tip of town. Now, while it paid a little more, I was likely going to have to drive a few miles back before I even had a chance to get another offer, because I was just so far away from most of the restaurants. There's a couple of them down there. Maybe I could have got something, but it's much less likely than where I'm at now. So now I'm back in the middle of town after doing that 2 mile offer. Now, granted, I haven't gotten anything yet, so, you know, it's really a crapshoot when it comes down to it, but gave myself the best opportunity to possibly get another offer. I mean, I did get a Grubhub offer for IHOP, but it was like $9 for 12 miles. It wasn't a good one. So that's where knowing your market comes into play, and the fact that the highest paying orders aren't always the best orders. Whereas, you know, even if that Grubhub was $11 for 4 miles, and it's still kind of borderline, just since I know my market so well, as to whether it would be worth taking over the $7 for 2 miles, just because it's going so far in the opposite direction, away from everything. Now, $11 for 4 miles is a great order, don't get me wrong. You know, in most cases, I'm taking that over anything else that I get. But in this particular scenario, the 716 for 2 miles just made more sense. It's $2 less, yeah, but I'm saving myself a lot of time and a little bit of gas by not driving that extra few miles south. So learn your market and don't rush to accept orders. They give you quite a bit of time on these apps to determine if you want to take something or not. When I first started, I was like always in panic mode. Like if they offered me something, I felt like I always had to make a quick decision. You don't, especially on DoorDash and well, really all the apps now. They give you the little timer bar where it slowly goes down so you know how much time you got before the order disappears. So you have time to make a decision. So take your time. Make sure you're making the right decision. Make sure you're selecting the right orders. And don't panic. Don't feel like you have to quickly accept or decline an order, because it's still going to be there. So just a little piece of advice. Seems to work for me. You know, I'm still learning. I've been doing this for 3 years. And I just now, over the last few months, learned to stop taking the higher paying orders just because they were higher paying. You know, if they were taking me away from the restaurants, because it's frustrating having to drive 10, 15 minutes all the way back into the zone to get another offer. Sometimes it's worth it just to take an order for a few dollars less if you're getting them, and just stay in your zone. That way you keep the orders going, you keep the rhythm going. If you go a while without getting an offer because you're outside of a zone, it can lead to losing your motivation. That happens to me a lot, where I'll take an order further away from my zone than I normally would just because it pays well. And then I start driving back, I'm not getting any offers, and it's like, well, you know what? I'm close to the house, I'll just go home. So I've fallen into that trap before. We'll carry on. All right, I've been sitting out here about 30 minutes. 25 to 30 minutes. I moved around. I was over on my spot over there. Now I'm over here. All of a sudden, 9:27. Usually this is like prime breakfast rush. It's like 9 to 9:30, but not today. Seemed like it started earlier. I was pretty much non-stop. Oh, excuse me. For like 7:45 until 9 o'clock, but now it's just kind of simmered down a little bit. Might go get something to drink. I got what's left of this iced latte, but don't really. Not really doing it for me. But yeah, I'm bored. Let me know in the comments how long you're willing to sit and wait for offers before you say screw it and go home. I mean, I got nothing else better to do. I'm just gonna go home and sit there anyway, so might as well stay out here and just wait till the money starts coming in, I guess. Been looking at resorts on my phone for the Dominican Republic. We're trying to go at the end of May. Prices are a little higher than we want them to be. Normally we spend like $2,200 to $2,400 for a whole week, everything included, flights, drinks, food, and all that. But everything keeps going up, and it's also, we're not as flexible this year as we normally are. The wife wants to go at the end of May because that's her less busy time at work, and she doesn't want to be buried with work when she comes home. But I'm getting a Starbucks order, so I'm going to check this. I'll be right back. Patience paid off. $11.71 or $11.75 for 5.1 miles for Starbucks. So that's just right across the street here. But yeah. So Dominican Republic, maybe Mexico at the end of May. Actually, Mexico's looking cheaper, but we just like the Dominican Republic better. I think part of it is because we like to do the all-inclusive thing. We've done Airbnb before too. That's fun too, but the wife prefers all-inclusive, so she makes the rules. But the resorts in the Dominican, for the most part, they just seem like they're newer. They're bigger most of the time, which isn't really a good thing necessarily. Not a bad thing always, but I don't know. It seems like there's more room, and there's just more pools, and it feels less cramped, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Hotel zone like in Cancun and all that. I've been there, done that. It's just like, it feels so fabricated and Americanized. It's like, I don't know. Just don't really. The water's beautiful there, but it doesn't fit what I like for a vacation destination. Dominican feels a little more rugged, which I kind of like. So maybe Puerto Vallarta. We'll look into that. The actual prices aren't too bad for Puerto Vallarta compared to what they normally are. And then actually like Playa del Carmen area better than Cancun even. But Dominican is usually our number one choice, but we'll keep looking. We try to keep it under $2,500, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to this year. Pulling into Starbucks right now. We'll run in, get this order, keep it rolling. Check in with you real quick. 10:26. I did that nice Starbucks order. It showed $11.75 for 5.1 miles, and then I dropped it off, and it was actually $12. There's a hidden tip of 25 cents. I don't know what the benefit of that is. I don't know why they don't just show that to me up front. It's just 25 cents, but whatever. So I went back to my spot. It started getting noticeably busier. I was getting a lot more offers, and I finally took one. Waited for about 5 to 10 minutes. $18 for 8.9 miles double order, just a pinch over $2 a mile, so pretty decent one for a breakfast order. It was double order for Denny's, so they're both same restaurant, so that made it that much more sweeter, that much more sweet. Passenger. I'm about a mile away from drop off. This will put me at about actually I don't even know where I'm at. I don't know. I think it's gonna put me at like $77, $75 maybe, perhaps. I'll have to check and I'll let you know. Alright. I don't remember where I left off with you, but I did that Starbucks order, $12 for 5 miles. I don't know if I've done another order since then. Have I done one since then? I had to, right? I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing a Cracker Barrel, $12 for 8 miles. Hesitant to take it, but it's okay. It's put me in a decent area, so I decided to take it. $1.50 a mile. Worked out to my benefit though, because as I picked that up, I got a sushi order from a sushi place, $10 for 5 miles, going in the exact same direction on DoorDash. So flip this into a $22 order for 8 miles. So it turns out to be a good order. We'll get this taken care of. Should be done before noon. Well, before noon. It is 11:21 in the a.m. And this is going to put me at $85. I said I was at $75 in my previous clip. I was wrong. I had already factored in the $12. You know, I factored it in twice on accident. I don't know, my math is terrible today. But anyways, so this will put me at 85-ish before noon. So not too bad. Hopefully I can get one more order in before 12 o'clock. As I was dropping off that little double order I had for $22, I accepted a Chinese food order. It's a leave at door, typical leave at door order at a house. So nice easy delivery. In the notes they say call upon arrival. Guess who's not calling anybody upon arrival? I ain't got time for that. You know how this works. You order food, I bring it to you, I drop it at your door, and you come and get it. You don't need me to call you. Now I get it, like if you're at a business or something, like a big plant, and it could be a confusing drop-off, or maybe if you're at a confusing apartment complex and maybe further instructions are needed. But if you're just living in a regular house, I'm not calling you to tell you that I'm here. You'll know I'm here. You have numerous ways to tell if your food has been dropped off or not. You can follow me on the map. As soon as I mark it dropped off, it's going to notify you that it's been dropped off. There's going to be a picture along with it that notifies you where the food is at. No reason for me to call you. Not calling you. Hello again. It is 4:57. It is evening now. Took my daughter to birthday party. Completed the birthday party. Stopped at the liquor store. Wife wanted some vodka. Took one order on the way home from Chick-fil-A. $8.75 for 5 miles. It was not far from the house, so it worked out pretty well. And now I'm back out. I just got back to my spot. Actually getting a nice double order right now, sort of nice. $21.07 for 11 miles. I'll go ahead and accept it. Just accepted that double order, $21.07 for 11 miles. Dollars a miles is pretty good. It's over $20. But 11.8 miles or something like that's far. Hopefully it keeps me. I didn't see the map because I'm doing the video. Hopefully it keeps me on this side of town, but I doubt it for 11.8 miles. So yeah, I'm back out here now. I'm at $108 approximately. So this order will get me. Man, I'm just not motivated. I really don't feel like doing this order, but I got to. I'm gonna head over across the street. Smoky Bones over there, somewhere back in there. That's where the one of the pickups is anyway. I don't know where the other one is. So yeah, we're out here for the night. I'm gonna be out here for at least a couple hours. Hopefully a couple hours is all I need to get to my goal, which is 200. So $92 and $200 in 2 hours probably isn't gonna happen, but just getting a notification from my wife that her Target order is ready, so I gotta go pick that up too at some point. Doesn't have to be now, but so join me as we hope for a lucrative evening. Catch you soon. So I'm a little bit torn. Got the Smoky Bones order. The other order with it is a Old Chicago order. The Old Chicago order is much bigger. Most likely that's where the majority of this money is coming from. I'm debating if I want to drop this Smoky Bones order or not, because it's a burger with a piece of chocolate cake. So my guess is the tip's not going to be that big. But what I'm contemplating is, my biggest fear is that this low-paying order for Smoky Bones is going to be the furthest distance. So I'm going to drive 12 miles to deliver like a $5 order, which will piss me off. That's the risk you take with double orders, especially when I didn't see the map because I was in the video mode, so I couldn't see the Uber map to see where it was going or see where the address was for the final destination. Now, if the good-paying one is the furthest away, it's not so bad. But in that case, I'd want to pick up both orders because that would mean this small one is likely going right in the same direction, so it's worth it to take it, even if it's only $5 or $6. And most likely this order is ready. I'm just guessing, because it's probably been sitting here with a small tip on it and nobody's been picking it up. So they combined it with this old Chicago order, a nice juicy one, just to get somebody to pick it up. And I'm that somebody. That's what I'm kind of fearing. These are just the thoughts that go through my head when I try to strategically do this. You know, most people are just like, $21 for two orders. Yeah, it's a good order. I'll take it. But I really hate delivering orders. Sorry, Uber cut me off. I really hate, oh, God, big hole, pothole. I hate delivering orders when somebody's being cheap and not tipping. Whatever. I'm just going to suck it up. I'm in front of Smoky Bones anyway. We'll see how this goes. All right, change of plans. I just noticed something that I've never really thought of before. In the app, the Uber Eats app, maybe some of you already know this. Maybe I'm just dumb and I haven't caught on to this until now. It shows you expected delivery times. And it shows both. The small little order, the expected delivery time is 14 minutes after the big order. So what that tells me is that small order is going further, obviously. I don't want to go further. And this old Chicago order is larger, significantly larger, like 4 or 5 items, like for a family. So I'm assuming that this order, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming this order could be the bigger tip, and it's a much shorter distance. So we'll let somebody else pick up that Smoky Bones order. I went ahead and dropped it. Heading across over here to Old Chicago. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I hope I don't burn myself, which is possible. I've done it before. I've screwed myself and dropped the wrong order. I dropped the high-paying order for a crap order. Oh man, it made me mad when I've done that. So the only reason I'm kind of doing this is I don't want to get pulled so far away at prime dinner rush on a Saturday night that I have to drive all the way back. And that expected delivery time was 5:54. It's 5:06 right now for that second order. It's like, I don't want to waste an hour. I mean, I'll probably get it dropped off sooner than that, but I don't want to waste all that extra time on a low-paying order if it's low-paying. And I feel like it really is. I feel like that's the one that's the low-paying offer. So it's a risk I'm taking. We'll find out how it goes. All right, well, I don't know. I picked up this order. It's going to Belvedere, which is the next town, like 6 or 7 miles away. But it's going on, like, what are you doing? This side of Belvedere, so I don't have to, it's like barely in town. So I'll be able to turn around and come right back. So that just tells me that other order, let's not ride the curb. The other order was probably going like to the other side of Belvedere, which would be frustrating because although last time I went to Belvedere, I had good luck. That's not guaranteed. I've completely been shut out in Belvedere before on a busy night. So we'll see how this goes. I'll let you know. I'm going to see where I'm at on Uber right now and kind of gauge it. Unfortunately, with Uber Eats, you don't see the tip until an hour after delivery. So I won't know for sure if I took the good order or not for another hour or so. So off to Belvedere we go. Now that I'm on my way out to Belvedere, I'm a little worried that I might have screwed it up. The small order, the burger and the cake, wasn't even ready yet. The old Chicago order was sitting in the heater ready for someone to pick up. It's usually a bad sign. Generally, the order that's sitting there waiting to be picked up on a double order is the one that's been sitting there for a reason, because nobody's been picking it up. And I'm deathly afraid that's what I did. I'm growing less and less confident that I made the right move. But that's what you get for playing the game, I guess. Hopefully I get something in Belvedere. Could be wrong, but I'm not feeling as good as I was a little bit ago about it. The fact that the burger wasn't ready, but all this was 2 pizzas, wings, and an appetizer, another appetizer. It's a red flag normally. My guess is it's like a $3 or $4 tip for 7 miles, 8 miles. Ugh, gotta be so mad at myself. That's customer. Tip whatever you want. It's up to us to determine what is worth our time. So if the tip's crap, it's my fault, not theirs. That's just the truth. Alright, I'll stop yapping about it until I find out the real outcome. I did good. Look at that screenshot. $3.29 base pay, and it said the total order before, or total order was $16.38 or whatever, which tells you right there the total was supposed to be $21. So what that tells me is both orders combined there's going to be $21, and that other order that I was going to drive another 14 minutes for was only paying $5. Less than $5. It was going to be a no tip order. I'm so glad I declined it. It worked out well. So $16 for that. That's definitely worth it. $16 for 7 miles. So definitely worth that. Heading back into town now. I'm getting a Casey's order right now. Positive update for you. As I was on my way back into town, I got a real easy one. A country Cracker Barrel. I guess Country Barrel works too. Cracker Barrel, $10 for 1 mile going to this hotel. Got to Cracker Barrel, picked it up, order was ready, got to the hotel, guy was waiting at the door for me. Man, I wish they were all like that. $10 for 1 mile, hidden tip, so it's probably gonna be a little over over an $8 tip at least. Those are the ones we like. Keep flooding me with those. Right now, I did just accept as I was leaving the hotel. $8.50 for 4.5 miles for Indian restaurant. Now, after I accepted this, I remembered that the other day I sat here for like 15 minutes waiting for an order that was like $10 for 4 miles. So hopefully my luck isn't as bad today, because I really don't want to have to sit there and wait just for an $8.50 order. But maybe we'll get lucky. This order's been good. This restaurant has been good in the past. It's kind of hit or miss. Sometimes they're a little behind. Sometimes they're right on top of it. I think it just depends on how busy they are. Gonna give you a quick update here. Orders coming in fast, and I just finished a $20-some, 6.9 mile double order. Orders been coming in fast and furious all night. I did a couple $8 orders for short miles. I'm at 174, about $175 right now. These apps are still going crazy. It is 7:09. So night's kind of winding down for me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay out. I would like to get to $200, but it just all depends on the offers. I got to go to that Target here and pick up my wife's order that is finally ready. So I got to got to do that at some point. I'm getting an Uber offer right now. It's probably terrible, but I just wanted to let you know where we were at so far. I'm going to check this offer and I'll be back as soon as possible. Some early morning drive. Poor lady, I think she's pretty sure she's on something, I guess. All around this area the last few days, people have been calling the cops on her. She was in this Starbucks. Good morning, by the way. It's Sunday, 8:54 a.m. on February 23rd. She was in the Starbucks, just like, you know, probably on something, just talking randomly loud about random things. And supposedly she pulled out a crack pipe. So, it's a shame what people go through nowadays in this country. It just seems like it wasn't like this 20 years ago. But whatever, people have issues. So, I haven't even finished up yesterday's video. I'll do that shortly. I've done 3 Grubhub orders so far, and I am at like $34 on Grubhub. I just picked up an Uber Eats Starbucks order, 9 something for 2 miles to a regular. She orders a lot. I deliver her orders quite a bit, actually. So this will put me at about probably $44 if you add up all the change. Not bad considering I've been out for less than an hour. So things are going good. I don't know if there's just no drivers out or the lady, the crackhead, about ran into my car. I kind of almost backed into her too. Weird. She's still yelling at nothing, yelling at the sky. But so yeah, good start so far. I don't know if there's like just not many drivers out or what, but it's busier than it has been lately on Sundays. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going. Good morning. It is the next day. It is Sunday, February 23rd, 9:28 a.m. I've been on the road for a while already. I've already made almost $60, but I wanted to close out the video from yesterday first. I finished with $186. Decent day. Had a break in the middle to take my daughter to a birthday party for about 4 hours and came back out. So not a bad day. 186 in about 8 hours. 8.5 hours maybe. So yeah, today is Sunday. It has been busy so far this morning, which is a great thing. It's supposed to get up to 40 today, so hopefully we can get rid of some of this. I'm already getting tired of looking at it. But I don't know if I'm going to stay at all. I've been grinding a lot lately, so I might just work kind of half a day. Maybe I'll stay out. If it stays busy, I'm probably going to try to stay out, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll just stay out through lunch and kind of take the evening and the afternoon and evening off. We'll see, but anyways, if you like my videos, or if you don't like my videos, subscribe anyway. Give me a like and a comment, especially the comments. I like the comments. I get bored when I post a video and nobody comments. I like to have that back and forth. So please comment. Tell me your thoughts on the whole DoorDashing food delivery experience. If you dislike it, if you're a customer and you dislike how the process is, feel free to let me know. If you're a driver and you dislike how the process is and how things work, feel free to let me know. We'll go back and forth. Every market's a little bit different, so I'm always curious to know what everybody's market is like. So thank you for watching, and we will continue the next video starting right now.